Hello friends, welcome to uComputing Systems YouTube channel. My name is Eugene, and today I'm going to show you how you can create and manage shared folders in your Windows 8 operating system. So to share folders on your Windows 8 operating system, for this lab practice, you're going to need two Windows 8 operating systems, and I'm using VMware over here. So you can see I have two virtual machines up and running. So we are going to use these guys over here. Alright, I'll get into my first machine. And then the first thing that we need to do here is to set our IP addresses well and make sure the IP addresses for the two machines are using the same network ID. So before I do that, I'll just bring my default desktop icons. Alright, so after I bring my default desktop icons, it's not a requirement for this lab practice, but you can bring it up just for easy access to your computer. Alright, so I would go ahead and set my IP address. I'll open Network and Sharing Center and click on Change Adapter Settings, and then I'm going to disable this Bluetooth adapter over here. If you don't have it on yours, you don't have any problem, but I have it on mine and I don't need it, so I've just disabled it. Okay, so afterwards I'll just right click on my network interface card and go to Properties, and the version of IP address I'm going to use here is TCP IP version 4. So I don't want any conflict, even though if you enable TCP IP version 6 and version 4, it's not going to cause any problem, but I always advise myself and use one at a time. Okay, so I'll disable TCP IP version 6 here and use IPv4. I'll go to the Properties tab and then set my TCP IP version 4 address. I'm using Class C TCP IP version 4 private IP address. So I'll type here 192.168.0.1 with a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. I wouldn't set any default gateway or preferred DNS. I'll leave this blank and go OK here, and close, and close, and close. Alright, the next thing that we need to do here is to turn on network discovery so that other clients on our network can have access to this shared folder. They can find this computer on the network and have access to these shared folders. So to turn on network discovery, I'll right click on this network icon over here and open Network and Sharing Center, and then I'll click on Advanced Sharing Settings, and I'll check my current network profile and turn on network discovery. I need to also turn on file and printer sharing. Actually, we are going to need this part, the file sharing part, but it's together, so we have to turn it on. So I'll turn on file and printer sharing and save, and then click Change Advanced Settings again and expand all networks, and then I'll turn off password protected sharing and click on Save over here. If you need to also turn on sharing for your public folders, these are the public folders I'm talking about. When you open your user profile, we have a public folder over here. If you want to turn on sharing for these folders, you can also do it by just switching this radio button up here. Okay, turning off password protected sharing will ensure that if clients are accessing this shared folder over the network, a credential prompt will not pop up telling them to type in my username and my password. So I wouldn't have to share my credentials with anyone just because he wants to have access to my shared folders. So I'll click on Save here and close. And the next thing I'm going to do here is to create the share folder here on this machine. I'll open my computer, open Drive C. This is where I'm going to keep my shared folder. The first thing I'm going to do is to create a new folder here and label it Share 1. You can label it with any name you desire. And then I'm going to put some files in it. I'm going to open my Windows folder here and go to media. We have some tiny audio files here. Okay, so I'll just copy this media folder and then paste it in my share folder, so that I have some items here on my shared folder for sharing, just for test. Okay, if you have any other file, you can use it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is to share this folder, and we have 3 ways that you can perform sharing on Windows 8. You can either perform sharing using the public folder, or you can perform sharing using the basic approach or the advanced sharing approach. So what we're going to do here is to use the advanced sharing approach to share this folder over our network. So I'll right click on this folder and go to properties, and then on the properties tab we have the sharing option here, the sharing tab. I'll click on sharing. If you want to use the basic sharing approach, this is the tab for you. If you want to use advanced sharing, this is the tab for you. Okay, so I'm going to use advanced sharing. I'll click on advanced sharing and then click on this share this file checkbox over here, and then you can change the display name over here to what you want, and then you can also specify the number of client machines that can connect to this shared folder at a time. And then you can also configure permissions here, and as you can see, we have the everyone group already on this shared permissions, and you have read only permission. I'm going to just increase their privileges a bit by checking change and clicking on apply OK here, and clicking on apply OK here. The next thing that we need to do is to configure our NTFS permissions as well, because in Windows operating systems we have something that we call effective permissions. Every folder's permissions, resultant permission, will be the combination of its share permissions and then its NTFS permissions. So on the share permission, we have given everyone group the privilege to change content in this folder, but on the NTFS option, we don't have everyone group here, and that is going to cause a problem. So we are going to click on edit and click on add, and then add everyone group by just typing EVER and clicking on check names, and it tells me it has found everyone group. I'll go OK here, and then make sure everyone group is also having the permission to modify, so that at least they can alter the contents of this shared folder. I'll click on apply here and go OK, and then click on close here, and now it's about time we go and check or access this shared folder from our remote machine. So I'm going to move to my remote machine, and then we need to also do something here for this machine. We'll bring our default desktop icons, and then we set our IP address by right clicking on this network icon, selecting on Open Network and Sharing Center, and clicking Change Adapter Settings. I'm going to disable this my Bluetooth adapter here, and then I'll set my TCP/IP version 4 address here on this network interface card. I'll disable IPv6. As I've already said, it's not a requirement. If you want to follow this lab the same way I'm doing, you can also disable yours, and later you re-enable it if you need to implement TCP/IP version 6. So I'll click on IPv4 here and go to properties, and I'll click on use the following IP addresses, and then I'll enter my TCP/IP version 4 address with the same network ID as the address we gave to our previous machine. Okay, so I'll enter 192.168.0.2 because we gave 192.168.0.1 to the previous machine. So if you repeat it over here, it's going to cause an IP conflict. Okay, so I'll click OK here, and then click close, and then over here we have to also turn on network discovery, so that the other machine on the other end can see content over here. So I'll click on advanced sharing here and turn on network discovery, and then turn on file and printer sharing. Okay, if I want to also share folders here, this is what I need to do. The same thing. Okay, if I want to enable public folder sharing on this machine, I can turn it on here, and then turn off password protected sharing so that I wouldn't have to share my credentials with anyone because of folder sharing. And then click save here, and then I'll close. And then it's about time we check our shared folders from this side. Okay, our shared folders is on Windows 8 IPC, so we're accessing it from Windows 8 IPC right now. Okay, if your IP addresses are well configured, you should have access to these shared folders. There are ways that you can access shared folders in Windows, and one of them is by using the UNC path. I can type / the IP address of this machine that is sharing the folder, which is 192.168.0.1 / and it shows me all the shared folders that we have on that machine in my cache. Okay, so this is my shared folder, share 1. That is the share folder we shared over here. When you open computer and you open C drive, this is share 1. So I have access to it. This is one way that you can access your shared folders. I'll go enter here, and it opens the shared folder for me. Okay, so I can have access to all the content that was added to that shared folder. I can also add mine because I have the privilege to change content of this folder. So I can create my folder here, Windows 8 II, and I can also add my content. Okay, and modify, and it works. All right, so we have access to our shared folders. That is one way that you can access your shared folders, and then you can also access it from my network places. When you open network places, the computers on our work group will show, and as you can see, this is the other machine. We have Windows 8 II, and it's not giving us access to it because I think we have a name resolution problem, because when we accessed it with the IP address is working, but right now when we try to access it with a name, it's not giving us a chance. Okay, so this is what you can do if you face this problem. You can use the IP of the machine to access it, and you can also map a network drive to your computer so that it becomes easy for you to access it. So you're going to see how you can map a network drive right now. You can do it from the graphical user interface if you have GUI access to the shared folder, and you can also do it from the command prompt. I'm going to show you how you can do it from the command prompt right now. So I'll open my command prompt. I'll type cmd, enter, and then I'll type, okay, let me change the font size here, font type and the font size. Okay, all right, then I'll type netuse space the drive letter I want to give to my map drive, space / the IP address of the machine that is having the shared resource, which is in our case 192.168.0.1 / the name of the shared folder over here on this machine. See the name of the shared folder here? It's what? Share 1. Okay, and then even from our run prompt, we have this name over here. So if you're able to access the shared folder with this approach, but you are unable to access it from the GUI, you can just copy the UNC path that you have here with the IP and then use it to map a network drive for yourself. So I'll just paste the path here, okay, and I'll go for the enter key, and it creates the map drive successfully for me. When I open computer, I have access to that shared folder from my computer with ease. So that is how you fix such problems, if in case you are unable to access the shared folder from here. But with time, the access will be open to you, because the computers, they usually take some time to realize or discover other computers that are running on the same network. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to meet again next time in another video. Bye bye.